Hi, my name is Brisha.
And my name is Shaquita.
And welcome to Searching for Freedom. So today, you guys, we wanted to touch on a topic that we deal with and that we are learning more. And we figured, why not share? Because this is our channel, Searching for Freedom. And we want to share our experiences with you as you search as well. So with this, we're talking about choosing you. So choosing yourself. We found that it has come up a lot where we feel guilty when someone wants to do something, or someone even invites us to something or needs something of us, and we don't want to do it, or we just choose to do it, putting our feelings on the back burner because we feel like we're supposed to just serve and just do and just be there for that person, even if we're overextending ourselves.
Right. And oh my goodness, this is definitely hard for me because, you know, I'm always saying this is difficult for me because I know I have a servant heart. Like, I love helping others. I don't like letting people down or disappointing people. You know, you don't want confrontation, things like that. So you're like, hey, I'll just do it, or hey, I'll just add. I just add it to my schedule. But then when you're burnt out, or all you have left is those 2 days, which is the weekend. And, you have work the next week. So it's like, okay, I don't want to overextend myself. And that's something that Brisha and I both have been working on, being intentional when it comes to, 1, our peace, when it comes to 2, choosing us. And then 3, just being able to rest, having that Sabbath day and knowing that it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with resting, nothing wrong with saying no.
Right. I remember when this was a year or 2 ago, when we were literally going nonstop. There was something every day because we were working. At that time, I was getting up at 4 a.m.
in the morning
for my work. And like we didn't sleep. There was something every day. We had fusion. We had
corporate prayer.
We had corporate prayer on Saturdays. Of course, church on Sundays. Then we were both serving in the Vic Kids ministry.
So we didn't leave church till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so we were up there like all day. The kids had to be in 2 services back to back on those Sundays. And we had to realize like we felt so burned out because there was no day that we slept in, no day that we just rested a little bit more. And it was like we were going so much. And it's like, and then also we were doing the on Thursday, Spotless.
Yeah.
So we're doing Spotless on Thursday as well, and that's just the church related stuff. So other days, kids with soccer or sports,
remember they
and
were
basketball and soccer. And it's like
soccer.
Something was taking up every day, and we felt like we were just going and going. And then our group of friends at that time, when we would have an outing, sleepovers and stuff, and it's like, okay, we had to step back because we felt so burnt out. And it was like, it's okay for us to say, no, I'm not going to this. It's okay for me to be like, listen, I can't serve. I can't do this right now because I need to also be filled myself. Like, if I am depleted, like, I'm no good. I'm just showing up here just to say that I'm here, and I'm not really doing it with the correct heart posture. And at that time, my son, he was serving with me in Vic Kids, and I wanted him to have that heart as well, but I felt like it was more just routine at that time. So I remember us having to like literally just like step back and be like, listen, I can't right now. Like, I can't.
And I know what did it for me was watching my son doing corporate prayer. And corporate prayer started at 8 o'clock? So we had to get up 7 o'clock and get the kids get them fed, dressed, and get to church. And we were rushing to get there on time. And I'm looking at my son, and he's asleep on the front seat, and I'm like, what are you doing? And it hit me. It was like, girl, you have him running Monday through Friday now.
Monday through Sunday, girl.
Right, Monday through Sunday, and now Saturday that he wants to sleep in, he's doing it right here on the front seat. So I was like, okay, mommy, sorry. And then I realized he was in the routine. I remember I was like, okay, I'm not going to Fusion this Tuesday. And I got off work, and he put in his clothes. I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, we're going to Fusion. And I was like, no, baby, not today. And then I remember asking him, I just started implementing him as well, because it's not us just doing these things. Our kids are with us as well. And I remember asking him, hey, do you want to go to Fusion tonight? And he was like, no. And we drove right past the church and went home. And it was okay.
Like I feel like it's so important to realize, because I know sometimes like being selfish it has a bad connotation to it. Mm-hmm. So when we are saying, okay, we know this person needs this, and you may not have a busy schedule that day or that weekend, but for you to be like, listen, I know that you are needing something, or you're wanting me to do something for you on this day or this weekend, but this weekend I need me. Like I have made a plan with myself. I made a date with myself. Mm-hmm. I am sitting in bed with my windows up, listening to the birds, reading a book, or watching TV and just relaxing for the whole day. Like that's what I chose for myself, because mm-hmm. I need it. And to feel bad that you're not showing up for someone else because you want that for yourself, I had to learn that that's not a bad thing. Like it's okay for me to say, no, I can't show up for you because I need to show up for me.
And that's so important. I think a lot of times we, like you said, selfishness has it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Mm-hmm. And then for me, I had to realize, hey, if you're truly my friend, or if you're truly supporting me, you will understand my heart behind the no. Right. You would know that I'm not just saying no, or that I'm not just choosing me because like I'm really being selfish. Like this is just my character. This is just who I am. I'm not that friend that show up, but I'm the friend you can depend on. So that there gave me peace about being able to say no, because it's like, if you're my friend, you know my intentions, you know my heart, without me even having to explain.
Right.
If anything, hey, is everything okay? You good? Mm-hmm. I know that normally when I ask you to do something, you're there, but this time you're saying no. So,
but then that in itself sometimes make you feel bad. Not to, like, erase the fact that I hate confrontation. Yeah. Like in general, just hate confrontation, or hate feeling like I have to say no. Like I'm the person who would be like, oh, dang, like if it's something that I feel like, okay, I could overextend myself in this way, but it's like now I have to say no because I know that I'm not there mentally. It makes me feel bad for even having to have the conversation to say no, I can't do it. But the fact that like you feel bad because you usually do say yes, or you're usually the person that's there and available, then that one time that you're choosing yourself, you feel bad about that as well, because like usually I can, like, what if they really need me right now? Like, what if this? And it's just like, you have to not think or be concerned about where they are in those places, because everything, like, you're not supposed to be everybody's savior. Like that, we cannot be that. I'm not Jesus. I'm not God. I cannot do that. Right. Like I can't be all that you need me to be. It's difficult intentionally choosing yourself sometimes, like saying no, I'm not going to do this, because not even because I am just booked and busy, like I just need this time for me. Like it's something that I don't want to do. Like, and I had to learn that, because sometimes I will say no and I'll give like literally like a whole explanation. And we just talked about this, but it's like sometimes no, it's a complete sentence. Like that's all you need to know. Like I don't have to explain why I can't do XYZ, why I don't want to go to this event, why I don't want to do this. Like my no is a complete sentence.
And that's it. That's just it. And like it just goes back to say, if that person you're saying no, well, especially if it's the person you're saying no to, if they're truly your friend, they understand your heart behind it. If they don't, and a conversation would need to be had, have it. But if not, then it may be God's way of showing you that, okay, this person was only in your life for a season.
But the thing is, also, I feel like even with friendships or family or whoever, like when you're having those conversations, more often than not, we build it up in our head more than it really is. Like you're like having this back and forth conversation with yourself, like, okay, like they're gonna be sad, they're gonna be mad or upset because I can't show up, and they're just like, okay, you're fine, all right, I'll see you next time. And it's like, it's not even that big of a deal, but like we build that anxiety, it comes from us. Not because that person even showed us that that's how it would be, but it's just like we have to learn that we can stand up for ourselves and that it's okay to do that.
Because if you don't, you set a false expectation that you're always available. And that's what I had to learn. And then when you decide to, I'm going to say no, and then the person, man, was like, what do you mean? No. And then, so it's like I had to learn to take ownership in that as well. Like, even at my job, yes, I'm very dependable, but I set the false expectation that I'm always available. So when I'm having a moment where, okay, I need to step back and people are still reaching out to me, I'm like, don't they understand I need time to myself? I was like, well, no, that's the expectation that you set, that you're always available. So don't forget to set those boundaries.
Oh, girl, you know that this is a pet peeve of mine. It's like, listen, work-life balance is so important to me. And it's like, no, I'm not on the clock right now. You cannot reach out to me. And even though I may not respond to it, like, I still get flustered. I still get flustered because it's like, the audacity that you're reaching out to me on my personal time. This is my time right now. You cannot have me between these hours. These hours, I'm available to you. These hours, don't contact me.
That's all I'm saying.
Don't contact me.
If it's an emergency, call 911. I'm just saying. Because I can't do it right now.
Listen, like, get to work at 6 a.m. Like, you gonna see me there.
When
all right?
I asked you if you had questions or concerns before we got off, you said no.
I checked to make sure you was all right.
Now it's 9 o'clock at night and you have a couple of questions. No, ma'am.
Excuse me?
No, sir. Boundaries. So I feel like that's something you would throw in there too, with just saying no. Having healthy boundaries, being able to say no, rest, all that good stuff. So
definitely.
Choosing you is very, very, very important. That's part of self-care, not just, doing your hair, getting your nails done and things like that, but just choosing you. I know I have moments where I'm like, okay, I don't want to be a daughter. I don't want to be a sister. I don't want to be a mother right now. I just want to be, me.
Girl, yes. The other day, my sister came and got my kids, and usually, sometimes like we feel so overwhelmed by everything that's going on. We're going and going. So it's like, okay, they're gone. I'm just going to sit and do nothing and just relax and watch TV. But I was like, no, like, yes, sometimes that is you loving you. That's you choosing you because you need that. But I don't want to just have those moments where me and the kids go out and explore and see those beautiful things when I'm with them. Sometimes I want that just for me. So I took myself and I went to go sit by the water because that is like one of my favorite things to do. I went and explored and sat by the water and just sat there, having to not worry about talking or entertaining or watching anyone and just enjoying me, talking to God and just being me.
That's it.
And it was so peaceful. And it's like, you have to learn what you love, what you'll accept, because anybody and everybody will pull you all different ways. And if you don't know what you're going to say no to, what your boundaries are, like, you will do anything and then you'll just be depleted. You'll feel like you don't have enough of yourself.
Right. And as long as you give, people will take. So, definitely choose you. Say no if you have to, and it's okay. And if the person don't get it, that's okay too. You say a quick prayer and you keep, you keep it moving because you know your heart and your motive behind it. So,
right, like we are supposed to love God, but then we have to love others as we love ourselves. And if you don't love yourself, how are you gonna have an example of how to love other people? You can't love them adequately if you don't even know what it looks like loving yourself.
Because I know when I first took a step back and was like, oh, I'm choosing me, honey. It was like I was missing in action.
Girl, listen, do it in love.
Do it in love.
Do it in love. Like, we're not saying you just like, you get a no, everybody gets a no.
Everybody get a no.
But definitely realize when you have to choose you, like, say no when you need to. And if it comes to that point where you're just overwhelmed and you have to step back from the world, like, it's okay to do that. Like, you don't have to just be like, okay, I got to be available because like, if you don't have it in you, then do that. Like, that is self-love as well. Like, if you know that you can't, don't force yourself to do it. Like, because that's not truly serving, because your heart posture is all wrong. Like, you're not serving with a heart of gratitude and a heart of love.
Right. Oh my goodness, you're bringing up memories. I remember when I first started serving in Vic Camp, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just praying on the little babies. And God had told, okay, it's time for you to do something else. He was leading me into a season of rest, and I just kept going. I was just tired and burnt out, but I kept going. But it was just different. My heart wasn't in it. It took my fusion coach. She said, either you can commit to something that God has led you to and be impactful, or you can do a good thing and don't impact one person. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna let this go and that go, and this go and that go. But yeah,
sometimes that's what it looks like.
Letting go. Sometimes saying no means to let go.
Definitely. So we have learned and still are learning in different ways, just making sure that we stay in prayer about where God wants us, because if we're just doing things just to do them, like, okay, I want to serve, I want to do this, I want to be a part of this, like, that's where we get burnt out. Like, I've learned over and over again that when God is in the midst and that's something that he wants you to do, it doesn't matter if it's 4 a.m. It doesn't matter if it's 10 p.m. It doesn't matter if you're going nonstop throughout the entire day. Like, he's going to give you that rest. You'll sleep for 3 or 4 hours and you'll wake up like you slept a whole 8 hours because he gives you the rest that you need when you're doing what he needs and desires you to do.
Yeah, so that's something to consider when you're saying, no, is this a good thing or a God thing?
Right.
Am I doing this because God is leading me to this, or I'm doing it because it's a good
It's what
thing?
it's expected of
right.
you.
It's just the right thing to do. So there you guys have it.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next Friday.
See you next Friday.
Bye.
Hey guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that notification bell so you won't miss another one of our videos. Thanks for watching!